Hi everyone, this is Gracia after reading Strategy Action Plan video. So after listening and seeing Gracia do her reading, I realized that she's a very determined reader. She doesn't give up easily on her reading. When she comes up to a word that she can't read, she just doesn't ask the teacher for help. What she tries to do is she tries to decode the word as much as she can. So it shows that she really wants to learn and that she really wants to do the reading correctly. Also, Gracia does really good in her with punctuation marks. Every time she sees a comma, she pauses, and every time she sees a period, she comes to a complete stop. So she's really good with her punctuation marks. However, like many ELL learners, she does struggle a lot with vowels. I remember that I myself struggle with vowels. I think vowels are very tricky. You can see her struggling with vowels in words such as like prairie, climbed. You can see her struggle with those words in the reading. So based on her weaknesses in her reading, I think that the best strategy for her would be the closed reading strategy. This strategy suggests that teachers should delete words from a passage and then have the reader insert those words in the passage. The textbook suggests that the first and last sentence of the passage should stay the same, just so that the readers have a background from which one to read the text from. Also, this strategy will help Gracia develop her vocabulary, as well as will measure her where she's at in her reading. So now that I kind of explained to you what the closed reading strategy is, I'm going to try to explain to you how I would carry this strategy out. So what I would first do is I'm going to have Gracia pair up with another student who's also struggling with reading. Let's say I'll pair her up with Martin. So first I'm going to have her read the passage in page 2 from the book Thin as a Stick to herself. And then once she's done with that, I'm going to explain to her to go ahead and fill in the blank with words that she thinks best fits in the sentence for every time that she sees a blank space. Also, I did provide her with a word bank just because I think that her struggling with vowels, maybe she will need it. I remember that word banks were helpful for me when I was learning to read English, and so I think it'll help her out too. So after she's done filling the blank spaces with the words that she thinks best fit in, I'm going to have her go ahead and read it out loud to Martin. Once she's done reading it out loud, I'm going to have her and Martin do some self-reflecting on why they chose the words that they chose, why maybe they chose to say the word sit in the last sentence. I think it'll help her just, be aware of her reading. So now that I explained it to you how I would carry it out, I'm going to model to you how I would explain this to Gracia. Gracia, I think you have improved a lot in your reading. You are a very determined reader. Every time that you come up to a word that you don't know how to read, you try sounding it out as much as you can. That is very good. Keep it up. Today I'm going to have you pair up with Martin, and I want you to go ahead and go back to page 2 in the book Thin as a Stick, and I want you to go ahead and start read it to yourself first. Once you're done reading it to yourself, go ahead and go in and fill in the blanks with the word that you think best fits in. For example, like what do you think would fit in the first sentence? A long time ago, Lizard was a very fat fellow. Each day he would blank in the sun and sleep. What do you think is the best word that would go on here in the blank space? I did provide for you a word bank, so if you're struggling and just can't think of a word that would go in there, go ahead and just look down here and choose the best word that you think fits in the sentence. And then I'll have you do that for all the blank spaces. And then once you're done, I'm going to have you go ahead and also read it to Martin. Read it to him out loud. And then I'll have you to also do some self. I want you to reflect on why you chose those words. You explain to Martin, why did you choose let's say the word sit for the last sentence. Why did you choose that? Why do you think that's the best word for that sentence? I chose to do a pair reading for Gracia just because I think that Martin's feedback to her on her reading will help her gain confidence. I did notice that she's very shy in her reading, so I think that getting Martin's feedback will help her build that confidence. Also, I think that pair reading is more in a relaxed environment rather than just having her read to the teacher. I think she'll feel just more relaxed, and she won't be as shy as she was when she's reading to, let's say, me. That's why I chose the closed reading strategy, because I think she will be more aware of her reading and she'll be more aware of what to do in her future readings. Also, I think this strategy is the best for her because, like I said, it'll help her develop her vocabulary as well as she will also learn and build her comprehension skills.